Hey there, I'm Steve, and welcome to Jamsinentertainment. Today on Throwback Thursday, we're talking about Tremors 3, Back to Perfection. This one starts out with Bert in Mexico, still taking care of the Squeaker infestation. They didn't come up with the name with the evolved version of the Graboid in Aftershock, but they did in this one. They're called Squeakers. Bert is out in the middle of the desert at night, and there's a news crew with him. They're gonna interview him and record him taking out all these hundreds, if not thousands, of Squeakers. When they finally show up, the reporters flee, but Bert, he's the 3Cs, cool, calm, and collected. He says he's actually prepared this time, and he is. He has an anti-aircraft gun mounted to the back of his truck. He sits down and he waits. When he feels that they're close enough, that's when he unleashes hell on them. Back to perfection. They show the sign again of the population. It's dwindled down from 14 to 5. There's a subplot. It's not really important. They could literally have just gotten rid of the subplot and nothing would have changed. But Melvin is selling part, if not trying to sell all of perfection, his company can build houses and stores and all that kind of stuff. Small population that's left, which is Miguel, mom and daughter. I think that's Mindy and Millie. The other characters, I didn't talk about Chang in the first review, but he was a character in the first movie, and now his daughter or niece, Jody, is running the local store there. Final new character is Jack. He starts up a Graboid amusement park. I guess they couldn't get Fred Ward to come back, but he starts up an amusement park that's pretty lame because at this point in time there's no Graboids, so he has to fake everything, but he somehow manages to trick all the tourists and make a bit of money off of his little amusement. While that's going on, Bert comes back and starts settling into his house again. He's reinforced it, as Bert does. He's made it Graboid proof because he's not convinced that the Graboids are completely gone from the area. He's not too fond of what's going on in Perfection. He doesn't like the fact that Melvin's trying to squeeze the people out. He likes things just like the rest of the residents like things the way they are there. He's not a fan of Jack either. He doesn't like the fact that he's conning people, essentially. Bert was right though, the Graboids do come back, but this time the government gets involved, and Bert, being Bert, is not happy about that. He sees them as not only intruding on like their private land and all that stuff, but stepping on his turf. Like, I take care of the Graboid problems here, no one else. Turns out the government's not there to help him hunt them down, but to stop him from hunting them because a branch of the government has labeled the Graboids as an endangered species and it's a federal crime to hunt them down. They want to turn Perfection into a reserve and claim eminent domain. While the government's trying to do that, the Graboids attack and eat them. But Bert knows, just like you and I know, that it's not just Graboids anymore, it's Squeakers. And Bert's worried about the Graboids transforming into Squeakers, which they eventually do. But there's also another Graboid, one that's different, an all-white Graboid that they call El Blanco. And it doesn't seem to transform, probably because it is an albino. That's as far as they speculate on that. And El Blanco, he's kind of in the background. Just like in all these movies so far though, the Squeakers transform yet again. Now these guys can fly. They still see through infrared, but now they can fly. The three main characters that make up this particular story are Jody, Jack, and Bert, and they're trying to figure out how to take care of this new problem. Well, Jody comes up with, okay, one second, I'll give a little context. The way this new transformation flies, they have ignitable gas in their butts. Yes, they fart to lift off, and they don't really show them flapping their wings, but they're shown as flying. They're really gliding, as the animation suggests, but yeah, they lift off by farting and then they can fly. Whoa, Jody calls this new form ass blasters. The appropriate or inappropriate joke, however you want to see it, is made in the movie of ass blasters. This sounds like a bad porno. The CGI in this movie is pretty bad. They're still using practical effects, thank God. Not all of the shots, because they can't achieve flying too easily with practical effects. I think it would look more laughably bad if they did, but they use CGI for the Squeakers. Actually, no, they don't. Yes, they do. They do in the opening, and then they do for the graboids, El Blanco, and that's the worst looking CGI because CGI graboid looks pretty phallic, and the CGI for the flying ass blasters is pretty bad. Rewatching the Tremor movies again, they're pretty formulaic, but it's a good formula. So in looking these movies up, currently there are 6 movies out. The 7th one is coming out later this year, direct to video. I don't have 5 and 6. I still need to get them. After I review the 4th one, I'm going to put a break on the Tremor reviews because I still have to buy them and then watch. I might wait until 7 comes out and then just do 3 weeks of those. As far as Back to Perfection is concerned, these movies just keep on getting funnier and funnier. I really enjoy them. Let me know in the comments below your thoughts on Tremors Back to Perfection. If you like what you saw, like it. If you think other people will like it, share it. If you really liked it, hit the subscribe button. Thank you for watching and live your imagination.